A critical security flaw has been discovered in Microsoft SharePoint server. Malicious actors are actively exploiting this vulnerability, gaining unauthorized access to sensitive corporate and government networks. Data theft, ransomware, and espionage are already occurring with confirmed breaches across multiple sectors. Organizations using on-premises SharePoint servers are at immediate risk. Microsoft is working on an emergency patch, but attackers have had a head start, exploiting the flaw before its discovery. Many organizations could already be compromised without knowing it. Cybersecurity agencies worldwide, including CISA and the FBI, have issued urgent advisories. Their message: assume you are a target. Attackers are scanning the internet for unpatched systems, making the threat widespread and immediate. SharePoint is a cornerstone of collaboration for countless organizations. A vulnerability in such a central platform has cascading effects on productivity, data security, and public trust. System administrators must act now. Apply patches, hunt for signs of compromise, and review incident response plans. The threat is real, and the time to act is now. What is Microsoft SharePoint? It's the central hub for teamwork, a web-based platform where organizations manage and share information. Companies use it to create internal websites, store documents, and collaborate on projects. SharePoint integrates with Microsoft Office tools, making it essential for daily business operations. It's the main repository for critical data, financial records, strategic plans, employee information, and intellectual property. Governments also rely on SharePoint for managing public records and secure communication. Its centralization is both its strength and its weakness. A single breach can expose an organization's most valuable assets. Securing SharePoint is a fundamental business and security imperative. A zero-day vulnerability is a flaw unknown to the software vendor. No patch, no defense. In this case, hackers exploited a hidden weakness in SharePoint before Microsoft even knew it existed. Zero-day attacks bypass standard security measures, giving attackers a significant advantage. These exploits are highly valuable and often used for targeted attacks or espionage. Once public, their value drops as vendors rush to patch and security firms update defenses. The SharePoint attack followed this pattern: initial stealthy use against high-value targets, then a broader campaign once discovery was imminent. The element of surprise made the attack devastating. Early July 2025, cybersecurity firms noticed unusual activity. Stealthy intrusions traced back to on-premises SharePoint servers. The attacks targeted major corporations and government agencies, escalating rapidly by mid-July. Attackers shifted from quiet espionage to widespread automated exploitation, dramatically increasing the number of victims. Reports of data breaches and ransomware surged, affecting organizations of all sizes. Sensitive documents, intellectual property, and credentials were stolen. In many cases, ransomware followed data theft, a double blow. This coordinated assault highlights the sophistication and impact of modern cyber threats, with consequences that will unfold for months or years. The attack began with a crafted network request sent directly to a public-facing SharePoint server, exploiting the zero-day flaw. No phishing, no user interaction, just a hidden command that triggered remote code execution. Once inside, attackers installed a web shell, a persistent backdoor. They quietly explored the network, searching for valuable data and mapping internal systems. Their goal: steal sensitive information and remain undetected. After exfiltrating data, many attackers deployed ransomware, encrypting files and demanding payment. This final step created chaos, covered their tracks, and maximized damage. Microsoft quickly acknowledged the zero-day, assigned it CVE 2025-98765, and began developing an emergency patch. The flaw affects on-premises SharePoint Server 2016 and 2019. SharePoint Online is not impacted. While working on a fix, Microsoft issued mitigation steps. Restrict internet access to SharePoint servers and modify configurations to block the attack. They also published indicators of compromise to help organizations detect intrusions. CISA and the FBI issued directives for immediate action. The message: apply mitigations now, hunt for signs of compromise, and prepare to patch as soon as the update is released. First, identify if your organization runs a vulnerable SharePoint server version. If so, determine if it's accessible from the internet. These are highest risk. Apply Microsoft's mitigations immediately. Don't wait for the patch. Follow official guidance, document changes, and begin searching for signs of compromise using published indicators. If evidence of a breach is found, activate your incident response plan. Isolate affected servers, preserve evidence, and assess the damage. Prepare to deploy the official patch as soon as it's available, and conduct a thorough security audit afterward. This incident is a wake-up call. Review your cybersecurity and disaster recovery plans. Vigilance is key.